Hey everybody, thanks for watching. Quick video today. So I got to work today and my hose is leaking. So I need to change this out. This is worn out. I need to get a new one on here. So I keep a couple tools around all the time for this. I keep replacement parts in my truck all the time, and I bought this little wrench here specifically for this purpose because there's a little nut right there that's hard to get on to, that fits perfectly. And I can change out all my fittings with that. And then I always keep a crescent wrench, just a small one. This is a 8-inch crescent wrench. And I know what you mechanics are thinking, but this is perfect for the job site because it does a lot of things. Fits on there to be able to take these off. And then there's, break that loose. There's a couple different things it'll do. One, your skill saw. There is old school skill saws have a nut. Some of the new ones have like a Allen key. I'm not talking about those, but the old school ones mostly have a nut that keeps the blade on. And they give you a tool that fits that, sure, but you're going to lose it. In most cases, you're going to lose that when you use it on the job site all the time because you're not going to keep the box. You're going to just throw it in the bed of your truck, and then that's just how it goes. You lose that tool. So this, just thrown in your toolbox, will solve that. There's a couple other things that it'll do. You can adjust doors with it. You can fix other tools and problems with it. It always amazes me the things that I find that I can do with it. Okay, so if you spend a couple bucks on that, then you this off here. So you see this wrench here. This is I figured out it is a 9/16 works. 9/16 wrench will fit on all of those fittings that go on the other side of your female. Will fit on those. Your male end of your, you always get these, okay? You have a male end and it always has a nut on there, threads that go in, and that 9/16 fits on that. And the hoses that I get, these light duty hoses for around the house, it fits on there as well. So I've thread taped this up, and I'm just going to thread this on by hand until it tightens. And then again, I use my 9/16 on there, and my hands a crescent wrench, and tighten this on and change out the fitting. It's that easy. When you have everything with you. If you don't have these things with you, you are living with a leaky hose all day and a compressor that is running itself into the ground, making you insane and everyone else around you, while air is just leaking out. Air leaking out of hoses for me is like water dripping. It is maddening. It will drive me absolutely insane. I will get very cranky if I hear air leaking out all the time. So I have this box that I have all my basic size of nails in, and for my gun, pin gun, regular trim gun. This is just trim nails. This isn't framing nails. They're too big for this. I keep those in a separate place. And so what I keep in here with those nails is a little thread tape, because I don't want to have to dig through my plumbing box to find the thread tape just to fix a hose. I want to keep this where I'm going to have it, where I'm going to need it. So I just keep that in here. And then I keep a bunch of little fittings, old ones. And this one that I've just took out, I'm going to keep this. I know that it's old because the brass tarnishes. I know that this one's brand new because it's nice and shiny. So I know that one's never been used. So these are used, an old one. So if an emergency comes up, these are not totally ruined. They're just a little bit worn, so they don't work perfectly. But if an emergency came up and I didn't have anything to replace it with, I have something to replace it with. And then I keep a bunch of female and male fittings in here, different sizes. I guess a side note on my fittings, you probably have seen, if you're in the industry, you've noticed the size that I have. That is really huge, right? Well, I used to use the 1/4 inch style that they come with. All pneumatic tools seem to come with this size and this style. And I got tired of air leaks. I got tired of them all the time. Every fitting always leaked all the time. And I just couldn't stand it anymore. And so I tried out these. I think these are, I found these at Lowe's a few years ago. And I don't know what they're called, but you can see the difference in the profile. Okay, huge difference. And I thought, well, let me try them out. I bought a pack of them and I changed out some fittings on one gun and I tried it out and I didn't have any leaks. And a month went by and I didn't have any leaks. And then 2 months went by and I didn't have any leaks. And where these will leak almost immediately, and it was just like, just all the time. I just couldn't stand it anymore. Just couldn't take it. Like I said, it's like water dripping. It's like Chinese water torture. It just drives me up the wall to hear that noise all day long. It's just, drives me crazy because I know something's wrong and I can't fix it. So I've changed them out, and you can see how freaking big. I don't even know if I have a regular 1/4 inch female in here anymore. No, I don't. You can see how much bigger these are, and they're really tough to get together. Way tougher than you really have to push to get, especially when the air pressure is on, you really have to push to get them together. But you don't have as much wobble in the fittings like you do with those little 1/4 inch ones. That's just a side note. But what this video is actually about, what made me think of it is this little doodad. I saw somebody with one of these changing a skill saw blade out one time, and I thought, that's interesting. It's a nice size. It fits in my tool bag. I can fit it in my tool bag. I can fit it in my tool box that I keep for carpentry. So I recommend, if you're a carpenter, especially a carpenter, that you just keep one of these. The other thing you used to use them for, the anchor bolts. When you're doing framing, putting the anchor bolts on. Now I switched to a deep well socket, and that works pretty well. But if that bolt's too tall, then even the deep well won't go down to tighten enough. And so I found a ratcheting wrench, the right size for those nuts. And of course that, it's just got the one ratcheting end, and so bolt could be as long as it wants to be, and you can fit it. And I used that forever. And of course I always had that in my box, but you forgot it that day. Because you don't ever use that but once in a blue moon. So you forgot it that day. You always have this thing with you. You just always have it with you. I used to keep this in a tool bag all the time. So if you're interested, I'll do a short on how to adjust door hinges with this. It's tricky. It takes a little practice, but you can adjust door hinges with this. You can bend them with these. Some of you old guys know what I'm talking about. And that's another trick you can do with an adjustable wrench. Specifically an adjustable wrench. It has to be an adjustable wrench. I guess you could find the right size regular wrench and do it, but then you'd have a million different sizes. So that's it for today, guys. Just a quick video on that. Another tool that you could have in your repertoire. These cost $10. You can usually find them at like flea markets and garage sales. Because what these are usually is these are the little crescent wrench that they'll throw into a bunch of other tools as a pack for your average homeowner. And everyone thinks, oh, that's useless. It's not useless. It actually has a lot of uses. You can actually get a lot out of these. I actually bought the Vice Grip brand on this one because I wanted one that I was going to use forever. I've had this thing for 20 years. And while I wouldn't recommend doing mechanic work with it, you're going to round your bolts off if anything's tightened too much. It does have a lot of uses for carpentry. Very strange, but true. Thanks for watching.